What if I told you the next 48 hours will change how I relate to technology? First, a demonstration. Close up. My thumb scrolling. Face lit by the screen. Endless swipes. Notifications pop up like little urgencies. News, likes, messages. Each one a small tug. I check instinctively. In line, at coffee, while cooking, even when talking. My phone lives in my hand, on the table, under my pillow. It sits in the corner of every scene, controlling the pacing of my day. You can see it in the little habits. Reflexively unlocking it during a silence, opening an app just to check, refreshing feeds until something feels satisfying. Photoreal shots show the time wasted. Screen time graphs, hours labeled mindless scrolling. Upbeat music contrasts with the anxiety in my face. Text pop-ups. Checked 42 times today. So here's the experiment. No calls, no texts, no social media, no maps, no music streaming. For exactly 48 hours, I'm powering it down and locking it away. I say it out loud. Phone is off. Close up. Me placing the device inside a drawer. The click of the lock. The drawer closes. The key stays out of reach. The camera lingers on my hand leaving. Heartbeat audible. This is the point of no return. Motivational tone. Challenge accepted. Cue energetic music swell and an on-screen title. 48 hours, no phone. The first hour is ridiculous. My hand goes to that drawer like clockwork. 6, 7 times, each reach a little more embarrassed. I catch myself mid-motion and laugh at the absurdity. Without music, the apartment sounds loud. The hum of the fridge, distant traffic. Without GPS, I fumble to check the weather on a window instead of an app. I try to text a friend a meme, then remember I can't. Panic flares. Tiny and ridiculous, but real. I try replacements. A sticky note with a to-do list, fumbling with a paper map, humming to fill the silence. I keep reaching for my pocket and come up empty. Humor moment. I mime swiping an invisible screen and pretend to scroll through cereal boxes. Text pop-up. Habit 1. You 0. The silence has weight. My chest tightens a little. But there's curiosity too. An odd calm underneath the jitter. Transition shot. Me sitting, breathing, noticing the space between obligations. By hour 8, the logistical snafus arrive. I wander the neighborhood searching for a coffee shop and have to ask a stranger for directions. Actual human interaction. 2 blocks down, green awning. I smile, grateful and slightly embarrassed. In line, bored, I notice faces glued to screens around me. It feels like stepping into slow motion while the world scrolls past. So I try different fills. I pick up a real book, paper, slightly dog-eared, and get lost in the first chapter. I journal. I feel weirdly exposed without instant connection. My thoughts arrive slower but clearer. The sentences feel honest because there's no quick reply to dampen them. I call my mom on a landline. We talk for an hour about small things, recipes, childhood memories. No interruptions, no just 1 sec. The conversation stretches and breathes. Practical hiccups happen. No GPS means wrong turns, but also scenic detours I never would have taken. I notice the smell of fresh rain, a bakery's yeast in the air, the exact color of a neighbor's jacket. Small tasks get done. I tackle a drawer I always avoid, making order out of chaos. There's frustration. I miss playlists, quick facts, the convenience of contactless payments, but also a budding sense of agency. Text pop-ups punctuate the day with humor. Battery life, irrelevant. Day 2 shifts mood. Morning light feels different. Softer, because I'm not bleary from scrolling. Sleep was deeper. I eat breakfast without a screen, tasting cereal, watching steam rise, finishing thoughts. A sense of freedom creeps in, tangled with FOMO. I worry. What if someone needed me? What if I missed something important? That tension sits next to an expanding clarity. I fill time with purposeful activities, journaling longer entries, going for a walk without a route, calling a friend to actually talk, cooking a meal from scratch, and savoring every step. I reorganize shelves, start a sketch, do a 30-minute home workout that leaves me energized. Humor breaks. I alphabetize my spice rack and later laugh at myself for taking it so seriously. There are near fails. Around hour 30, I stand in front of the drawer 5 minutes too long, hand resting on the handle. The temptation to break the challenge is real, simple, human. But I step back, breathe, and do something else. I write a paragraph about why I wanted to try this. The paragraph becomes a page. Small wins accumulate into a calmer headspace. Music cues shift to optimistic rhythms. Text pop-ups mark milestones. 24 hours. Survived. 36 hours. Noticing more. After 48 hours, I tally the results. The biggest shock. I estimated wasting about 4 hours a day on my phone. 4 hours. Multiply that and you see a chunk of life reclaimed. Time for hobbies, for real conversations, for uninterrupted thought. My mind felt lighter, more creative, less reactive. I had deeper conversations, noticed details I usually miss, and found simple pleasures in routine tasks. Would I recommend this? Absolutely, especially as a reset. You don't have to quit forever. Even a weekend stretch shows you what you're missing. The challenge taught me boundaries and reminded me that presence is a choice. Now for the reveal. I unlock the drawer. The phone is cool in my hand. I press the power button. The screen floods with notifications. 47 missed pings. I breathe, scrolling through all the noise. Then I pause. Not one was urgent. Not one required the immediate panic my body prepared for. I put it down, smile, and say into the camera, it's not about proving you can live without your phone. It's about choosing when to let it live your life. Cue upbeat outro music, a text pop-up. Try 48 hours. See what you find. Fade out with a call to action. Like, subscribe, and try the challenge yourself.